Good morning. It is Tuesday, November 16th, 2021. Back here for Daily Shakeup number 427. And today I want to talk about sailing and leadership. I was working with a team recently, and we're talking about the concept of sailing, both literally and as a metaphor for leadership and culture and organizational achievement. And this is what came up in the conversation. We typically think about sailing as something where we need the wind at our back, and that's often easier sailing, but it's not the only sailing. And there are times in our business and leadership where we will have the wind at our back and things will be going well. But the reality is many times the wind will not be at our back. Sometimes it will be coming from different angles, maybe even straight in our face in the form of various obstacles, internal and external. But here's the reality of sailing. And I'm not an expert, but I know these basics. One, it's great to have the wind behind your back. It makes things easier, not necessarily better, but easier. We can also maneuver and move forward by what? Tacking. We can tack with the sailboat and use our edges and our angles to use the wind to our advantage, even if it's not obvious. What's that mean in business and leadership? It means being more intentional, more strategic, and also more consistent in our tactics. But certainly it needs to be more thoughtful and purposeful. The other thing to keep in mind is no matter what the wind's doing and no matter how favorable it is, we're not going to get very far in our sailing if we've got an anchor dragging behind us. And too often in our business, we're focused all on our energy on getting the boat right and the right people in the boat and the right tactics, but we forgot that there's an anchor holding us back. And for most organizations and leaders, that's our tolerance factor. What and who are we tolerating that becomes the anchor to this well-crafted and ready to sail boat, but it's being held back by that anchor of tolerance. So that's just what I want you to think about today. Yes, it's great to have the wind behind your back in life and in your business and in your leadership, but it's not always going to be the case. And many times we're going to have to use our strategy, our intention, our purposefulness, our culture, our values, and our tactics to consistently move forward despite the wind either coming at angles or sometimes right in our face. The one thing we're not going to do is just sit down and give up, and always pay attention to that anchor that might be holding us back. That's it for today. Keep taking care of yourself and everyone around you, and smooth sailing no matter what the conditions.